Um, their people are performing. I want you to understand this, man. Okay, and I'm talking to salespeople, right? Because number one, I believe this: salespeople are the lifeline of the business. Okay, if you don't have salespeople, what are you doing? You cannot do every single thing. So when you look at your salespeople and they're not producing the way you want them to produce, I want you to look in the mirror, and that's the person I want you to blame. I want you to hold them accountable. Now, I'm not saying that as a sales trainer, as a sales manager, right, you're responsible for everybody's success. You are not responsible for everybody's success, right? Everybody is responsible for their own success, but this is what you are responsible for. You're responsible to give them the tools, the strategies that they can go use. You're responsible to figure out how your sales team learns and teach them that way, right? It's not one way or the highway, my way or the highway. No, everybody has a different learning style, okay? So when I talk to sales managers, when I talk to sales trainers, and they start saying, you know, today's generation, the kids that come in here today, they don't know how to do this, or they don't know how to do that, or they don't have the work ethic for this and that, whatever the case may be. I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to ask yourself, are you qualified to train the people that you're saying is trash? Are you qualified? Are you qualified to train the individuals that you're disregarding? Or are you disregarding the salespeople that are not producing at the level you need them to produce at because you haven't identified how to teach them? Your job is to teach, grow, and develop. I'm telling you, when I tell you, like, it drives me nuts when I hear these sales managers talk about how good they are. And in the process of talking about how good you are, you're disregarding the people that you can't create. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're in your position and your number one role is to train and develop leaders. But you're not a leader of you. So you look at a salesperson and you think because you got loud, you think because you yelled, you think because you got the position, you have a title, that you're done. You're not done. Your job is just beginning. I don't care about your personal attributes, right? I don't care what did you achieve. I don't care what you achieved. My question is, who did you train? Who did you develop? Who did you show how to do what it is that you do? Have you showed anybody? No. You're patting yourself on the back because you was fortunate enough to have a few people with talent show up on your doorstep. And when they showed up on your doorstep, you want to take the credit for everything that they do. Your numbers went up when you got this person. And you're patting yourself on the back like you did. No, you didn't do that. What Jay-Z said when Dame said, yo, I made Jay. Jay said, if you made Jay-Z, then go make another one. You see what I mean? So before you pat yourself on the back, I want you to be able to identify who are the people, who are sales reps that came up under you, that you made, that you helped to become successful, right? Who are the people? When I sit there, listen, let me tell you why I call my program 12 months, the 12-month roadmap to $100,000 in commission-based sales. You know why I did that? Because I got a track record of helping salespeople go from 0 to 100,000. I got a track record. I did that multiple times. So I said, what if I say, I want to help 5,000 people, right? I want to help 5,000 people to make 100,000. That's why that became my mission. Because I'm not the sales manager. I'm not the sales trainer that is talking about, yo, that salesperson's trash. No, I'm looking at that salesperson like, yo, what level are they at right now? Where are they at right now? What are they currently doing right now? What are they doing that is working? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? How does that individual learn? And when I talk to sales managers, this is what I want you guys to do. This is what I want you guys to do, okay? when your sales manager, when you hear them talking about another salesperson being trash, if it's your store and you hear your sales manager talking about a person being trash, I want you to ask them one question. Hey, do you know how that person learns? And watch what their response is. They're going to say something along the lines of, oh, they just don't pay attention. Oh, that person's stupid. Oh, that person makes absolutely no sense. You know how these young people are. No, 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 no. Do you know how that salesperson learns? The real response should be this. Number one, if you don't know, you know what? No, I don't. I never took time to, I never noticed. I'm going to pay attention to that. I'll take that answer. And then in a week later, I'm going to ask you again, hey, how's that salesperson learn? If you tell me the same thing, I don't know. Let me think about it. Let me pay more attention. Yo, you're not the person. It's not you. You're not the one that's supposed to be leading because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. When you have salespeople underneath you, your job is to help them to support their family. That's your job. Your job is to help the salespeople underneath you that you're supposed to train, develop, and lead. You're supposed to help them. It's your job. Stop calling your salespeople trash. Stop saying that your salespeople don't know what they're doing. Stop saying that. That is idiotic. That makes absolutely no sense, right? Watch this. I've been recording for so long, right? I always keep a mic on standby. You notice I looked, I seen it, it was turning red. What that told me is it was dying, right? But because I had a camera guy that as we're going through the process, he's like, yo, P, watch out for this, do that. Hey, make sure you have this note, make sure you put all this on. He trained and developed me. So when I see out the corner of my eye, oh, I went from green to red. Yup, let me swap that. Boom. There wasn't no fumbling. That's how you got to look at your sales team. You gotta be able to identify where your salesperson is fumbling the ball, where they're stumbling, and you got to be able to put procedures, processes in place to help them so they don't fumble. You see what I'm saying? Like you got them juggling, and you watching them juggle until they just drop it. And then you're gonna talk about how bad they are. Yo, you're trash. Okay? If you're the sales manager that does that, let's be honest, you are trash. You're trash. Right? Listen, you know what opened my eyes? You know what opened my eyes? I'm a high school dropout, got a GED at 35 years old. I got into the car business. When I got into the car business, I started May 5th. I did like 75, 7,800, something like that. For the year. I mean, for that month, right? And in my mind, I'm like, yo, that's cool, but I could have hit 10. I went over to my GSM. Yo, Carl, appreciate you. I'm telling you, I promise you. I done heard people say, yo, Carl ain't that good. He not. Yo, listen, fire. I said, hey, this is what I'm doing right now. What am I missing? Where am I dropping the ball? He was like, hey, just get your paperwork tight. He didn't give me a whole song and a dance. He said, get your paperwork tight. He said, what I want you to do is I want you to put folders together. I want you to create a folder that has a cash deal, all the paperwork you need, cash deal. I want you to create the folder without a trade. I want you to create one with the trade. I want you to have a trade that's paid off. I want you to have a trade that has a payoff. And I want you to highlight everything on there that you need to fill out so you don't miss nothing. He said, start there. Yo, instantly, I walked out. I said, cool. I walked out. I went and got all my folders, put it together. Salespeople looking at me like, what you doing? I said, yo, I'm 10 grand next month. I promise you I'm hitting 10. They said, man, cut it out. You're not hitting 10. You had a lucky month. Okay, I got you. I put folders together. I went home. I printed out menus. I had menus with trade, without trade, paid off, not paid off, cash deal, with warranty, with no warranty, with gap, with no gap, fully loaded, right? And I went home and I sat in front of the mirror just like this. And I looked at it upside down and I'm going over it over and again. It's like, listen, here's your selling price, all your taxes and fees right here. Different options. I got 3, 4, and 6. What was you thinking about? Oh, 3. Okay, I'm gonna circle the 3. And then I did a couple different terms, 36, 48, 54. What works best for you? And I shut up. Oh, this, great. Circle that. So that put you right here. I just need you to autograph that. We'll get everything put together for you. Give me about 15, 20 minutes. Wow, thank you, Pierre. And then I started putting people in front of me like, hey, when I go through this and I do my spill, what I want you to do is I want you to hit me with any objection you have. And I kept going over the objections over and over and over. Why? Because my GSM told me, like, yo, do this. Some of y'all are giving people so much, they can't dissect it. They don't know what to do. You trying to help, you add into the confusion. What I need y'all to do, if you're a salesperson, I need you to become phenomenal. I need you to focus on the things that's going to have you becoming better every single day. And I want you to put your sales manager to the test. I want you to put your sales manager to the test. I want you to go to your sales manager like, hey, I'm going to present this to you. And I want you to be the worst customer. I want you to be whatever you want. Whatever you think's going to fumble me, I want you to do it. Yo, they're going to get you a few times. They're going to get you a few times. I promise you. But over time, you're going to get them. Why? Because you're practicing. They're not. They feel like they made it already. Your sales manager is sitting in a spot that they know you want, and they feel like they made it already, and they don't need to study for you. I told all my sales managers this. I told all my sales managers at the tower. I'm sitting at the tower, Friday meeting. I told them in front of everybody. I said, listen, from this point on, not you, or you will close a deal that I can't close. You know what they did? They laughed. Yeah, right. You're right. I've been doing this forever. I said, you know what? You've been doing it forever, but when's the last time you actually practice every single day? You've been doing it for so long, you don't lace your boots up no more. You just slide them on. I'm lacing them to the top. I'm tying them tight. I'm going over objection after objection. Listen, you think it's a game? I'm taking index cards. I still got stacks. I got stacks for a reason, because I'm a closer. I'm not the closer that's going to have all the stupid closes, all the stupid word tracks that you hear all the time. No, I'm so unique. That's why when I train, I identify the personality of the person. I teach them how to sell from where they are without losing their personality, but developing it to the way they can master it. So when I'm sitting there and I'm pulling it out, and I used to tell all the salespeople, listen, when I walk by you, I'm going to hand you the stack. All I want you to do, hit me with any objection. I became a monster to the point where my mind works like a combination lock. You say something, I'm going through it, and I'm going to hit you with something. And I'm going to sound different. My delivery is going to be different. What I say is going to be different. Why? Because I built the belief in me. And when I told them that they won't close the deal after me, I tell you this, they didn't. One dude came out, he discounted it $20. He said, yo, I told you I'll close. I said, no. You didn't give me the permission to give up that $20 in payment. You think because you gave my money away, you a closer? Not a closer. You gave my money away. If you feel like you're a closer, I want you to go in your pocket and give me the $1,000 that I just give me the money I just lost. So off of that $1,000 you gave away to give them that $20, right? Off of that money you gave away, yo, break me off my percentage. Give me my 200. Give me my 200. They looked at me like I was crazy. Not crazy. Not crazy. I said, yo, I told you will not close after me. I want to ask you this as a salesperson. What is the thing you're going to do that is going to force your manager to respect you? What are you going to do? Let me share one more thing with you real quick before I get out of here, right? I got to go. True story. I had a GSM. When I was working with the customer, he came out. I couldn't close the customer at that time, right? He came out. He was talking to the customer. And when he was talking to the customer, I'm watching the mannerism of the customer. I'm watching how he's trying to prove a point. The customer's getting agitated, but there was a time he had the deal closed and he missed. He talked beyond the deal. And when he went back over, and when he took some crappy offer, went back to the desk, I let him go. And then I followed behind him. And I said, hey, you know what? Give me a shot. Let me see that before you change anything. Let me see. Give me a minute. Let me go back out here. I went back out there with the customer. I sat down, and all I did was say, "Hey, you know what? I know you was talking to him. I know it really doesn't work, but at the end of the day, can I share something with you? Is that okay? Before I don't want to overstep my boundaries. Is it okay if I just share something with you, an idea I have?" And they're like, "Yeah, absolutely, Pierre, no problem." And I said, honestly, I know what you want, and this isn't really it. And that's why you don't want to bite the bullet for that extra $20 a month. Because if it was really what you really wanted, you would go ahead and go in your pocket, right? You're like, absolutely. And I said, listen, the only reason you're not getting in what you want is because you're really like one car away from it. So after like 18, 24 months, right? With the money you're putting down, with everything, you're being in a position. I want to show you. I want to show you the math to it. Is that okay? They're like, yep. Showed them the math real quick. And they said, wow, I never thought about it like that. I said, I know. That's why when as y'all are talking, I'm thinking. So you do this, that extra 20, you're only going to do it for 24 months. So you take 20, take 20 times 12, right? 20 times 24. That's really all it's costing you. Are you okay with that? To be able to get what you want and then come back and see me and I'll take care of you. And even if I'm not here, I'll make sure I make the phone call and I got somebody for you. Pierre, you know what? Brought it back over to him, gave it to him. He was like, they signed it? I'm like, yeah. He said, what you say? I said what you didn't. I'm not saying this to you because I'm like, yo, I'm the best to ever do it. But I am a phenomenal student. I'm not in this game just to be in it. I'm in it because I love it. I study it because I love it. I enjoy it. It's fun to me. And I want to help you to get to your first $100,000 a year in sales. I want to help you to do that. I want to help you to change your family dynamics. I want to help you go from your 30, your 40, your 50, your 60, your 70, your 80. And I want to help you to bring home $100,000 a year. The question is, do you want it? Do you want it? That's the real question. Okay. So I want you to think about that. And if you want it, inbox me. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop putting your life on hold because you don't believe in it. Stop putting your life on hold because the people around you are not telling you the right thing. Stop putting your life on hold. It's up to you. I heard a saying today, and he said, the dude said, my mentor told me that if I was born broke and grew up broke, once I turned 18, I had no more excuses. I was responsible for my own destiny. I heard that today, and I'm like, man, I wish I heard that years ago. But I didn't. I heard it today. So I want to say it to you. It's okay if you grew up broke. It's okay if you was broke up to 18, but after 18, it's not okay. It's on you. So none of your sales managers, none of your managers, none of your trainers, it's not on them. It's on you. And let me tell you where you got the upper hand. They feel like they already made it. So while they're looking at you like you want their spot, while they're looking at you like you're not worth it, they don't see how you're studying. They don't see how you're preparing. The money you want in sales is waiting for you. The position that your sales manager has, that the person above you has, that you want, they're not studying like you because they feel like they made it already. I need you to be hungry and go get what it is that you want. Okay? Listen, I hope it was beneficial. I hope you picked something up tonight. I hope you did. All right? I hope. I think I said a few things, at least one, that will help to change your life. At minimum, change your month. All right? Listen, man, let's go out. Let's be great. Let's get everything that we want and let's stop procrastinating. All right? Because life won't wait. Life is not going to wait for you to show up. You just got to do it. All right?